everyone, and welcome to Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. In the news, on Thursday, the Hopkins County Sheriff's Office was notified of a deceased person located in the Como area by a landowner. At this time, Sheriff Lewis Tatum can confirm that the decedent is 34-year-old Roland Vallejo, a white male based on physical characteristics and tattoos. The man's family has been notified. Vallejo was taken to the Dallas County Medical Examiner's office to determine cause of death. Although the investigation is ongoing at this time, there is no foul play suspected, according to a press release Friday from Sheriff Lewis Tatum. Miller Grove High School student Andrea Resendez is excited to announce that she's been nominated for and will attend the Washington Journalism and Media Conference this summer. This conference is 6 days long in July and is being held at George Mason University in Virginia. In attending this conference, she will serve as the National Youth Correspondent and interact with hundreds of students from around the United States. She will experience hands-on leadership activities with journalists and CEOs of major media platforms. In addition, Andrea will have the opportunity to meet with members of Congress, tour the nation's capital, and acquire knowledge to help her prepare for a career in the future. Ms. Resendez is being sponsored by Cumbie Telephone Cooperative Incorporated and Alliance Bank. She would like to express her sincere gratitude to both of those companies and to her yearbook teacher, Inga Highlanders, for their contributions and support. The 2020 party primary election is just around the corner, and early voting starts in just over 2 weeks. In order to vote, you must be registered with the county's voter registrar. Those who haven't yet registered a change of address have only a few days left. Deadline to register to vote in the March 3rd party primary is Monday, February 3rd. No time to run by the county office during regular business hours to register that change of address, or not sure if you're registered. If you have internet access, that's no problem. Simply go online to Hopkins County's website and click Voter Information, and then Am I Registered to Vote? To be taken to the Texas Secretary of State's website and fill out the appropriate form. Early voting in the March 3rd party primary will be conducted weekdays from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. That's February 18th through the 28th, and Saturday, February 22nd from noon to 5 p.m. Sunday, February 23rd from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tuesday, February 26th, and Thursday, February 27th, in the Justice of the Peace No. 2 courtroom in the Hopkins County Courthouse Annex, located at 128 Jefferson Street in Sulphur Springs. Now, I know that was a lot of information, and you can check that out on our KSST website to read that more closely for yourself. Applications for ballots by mail will be accepted through February 21st in the county clerk's office. The rodeo team at Texas A&M University Commerce is preparing to host the first home rodeo in the nearly 6-year history of that rodeo program. Rodeo will be taking place on February 21st and 22nd at the Hopkins County Regional Civic Center located at 1200 Houston Street in Sulphur Springs, and nearly 20 teams are expected to compete against Texas A&M Commerce, including Texas A&M, TCU, Sam Houston State University, and more. The rodeo team competes in the southern region of the National Intercollegiate Rodeo Association, also called NIRA, traveling across the southern United States for competitions. The team competes 5 times each semester, and those who perform well enough can qualify for the National Championship Rodeo in Casper, Wyoming, which is held during the summer. The 34-member team, which is split between men's and women's squads, are ranked in the NIRA standings. The men are ranked number 25 in the country, while the women stand as the number 5 ranked team. Texas A&M Commerce women have won 4 of the 5 rodeos that they have participated in this season. Competitions in the college rodeo include tie-down roping, barrel racing, steer wrestling, and goat tying, among a host of others. Competitors are either timed or awarded a score for their performance, which is then calculated for a team score. For more information about the rodeo team or to view competition results, visit new.tamuc.edu/rodeo.
It may still look wintry outside, but plans are in place already for an exciting spring inside Hopkins County Heritage Park. Now, the park is maintained by members of Hopkins County Historical Society. Let's meet some of those members.
I saw you looking at the calendar and scribbling down some dates. What are the things coming up?
Okay, to begin with, on the calendar right now, our Dutch oven class, which is an annual event, is scheduled for April the 25th.
Okay.
We have our annual garage sale May the 23rd. June 5th, which is a Friday, we'll be hosting the 4-H group of kids, and we'll be, among other things, teaching them the art of Dutch oven cooking.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the first Saturday of October, which is October 3rd, we'll be doing Indian Summer Day and Dutch Oven Cook-Off. That's October 3rd.
Okay.
November 6th and 7th, we have the Ovette, which is the veterans group, which will be the barbecue, which everything,
oh, that's right.
The barbecue cook-off, and everything will be channeled toward the veterans. This event is for the veterans.
Okay.
The proceeds are going to help them. Then November 28th and December 5th will be Christmas in the park.
Christmas in Heritage Park. And it is a sparkling event, 2-weekend event.
Yes, it's an event that we cherish.
Well,
absolutely.
It doesn't exactly feel like that you have just recovered from Christmas and now it's time to begin all the mowing, repairs, and things like
absolutely.
that. There's a lot that is to be done in the park all the time.
We work out there a lot, yes.
We never finish.
Never finish.
I think if you've got a house, a roof, or a yard, then you understand in a small way what the historical park is like.
Yeah. We have all that plus 11 or 12 now.
Okay.
And so, yeah, there's a lot of fix up, clean up all the time. So that's something that we work at nearly every week. We have somebody out there doing something and volunteers coming out. We're fortunate that Lewis has the inmate program that we can use inmates on the weekends, and it's awesome.
That is a real blessing.
Yes.
Right there. The bookings, though, of the park, private bookings, are something also that goes on year-round.
Yes, it is, and we have several bookings for the summer already, in spring and summer, and this is something that we're really hoping it kicks off big. And we can use not only the chapel for weddings, but the Winterford building for all kinds of events.
It's a multi-purpose building.
Yes.
Just the right size.
We hope so.
Yeah. If your event's not huge,
Yeah. We can sit 100 folks comfortably, and we do have a prep. It's more of a prep kitchen available. If you need a place to store food and get food ready to come out and that kind of thing. So, it's a nice building. has air conditioning, so that's something that most of those buildings out there don't. And so it's a nice event for the spring and summer, and whenever you need to use it, it's there.
How would we describe it to these people who still don't know where our historical park is, or those who have moved here? What it does? It's of course, a historic setting.
Yes.
It provides education.
We do have some education going on. We have the blacksmith shop that we like to teach in. We have the museum itself that tells a lot of history of this county. And each building comes from a different area. We have several from Sulphur Bluff. That's the original settlement here in Hopkins County. And so it has a walking history if you walk through and read about the buildings and see where they're from, and you learn a lot about the people that came into this area. Most of us are not as up on individuals as a genealogy society are on folks. Like John can tell you a lot of stuff on genealogy that we can't. But we work in conjunction with the Genealogy Society, and
sure.
Well, it's not uncommon for us to send folks to them, and they send folks to us. So, it's the history of Hopkins County, and that's what we're trying to maintain out there.
And it is lovely. In fact, once a year, Historical Society and Genealogical Society have a joint meeting.
Yes, we do.
That's in August, usually the third Thursday of August.
And what does that help do?
I think it brings the two groups together for a mutual event, and I think it's really good that everybody can see who's who.
Okay.
Sure do.
Well, as far as the Historical Society, who is who? Like, are you President, Rick?
Yes.
Okay.
Again.
Carly?
I'm treasurer.
Okay.
Again.
Okay.
But we're proud to do it. I mean, don't get us wrong.
We have a good group.
Yes.
Of board members and officers. The board members come on board as board members, and then we're selected to be either officers. But we all contribute, and it works. We just have a good group.
We have a good group. Sure do.
So, as board members and officers, decisions being made, such as the building of the Winifred House, or putting in that lovely area of the Boy Scouts Council.
Right.
And other
the board decides this.
Okay.
It's not an officer choice. It's a board decision that does it.
Okay. Maybe also starting a new event hosted there, like Jam Fest.
Yes.
Which has turned out to be pretty big.
We were approached by the Connors, and then the board made a decision. We're governed by the board.
Okay, and Jam Fest is in the spring?
It's October.
Okay, October 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
9th and 10th.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the weekend after the Dutch oven. So it's a two or three real busy weeks right there for us.
Carly, what attracted you to being a member of the Historical Society and helping at our Heritage Park?
I think the thing that drew me was the history and preserving the history. I liked what they were trying to do at the park and in the Historical Society. We look at the park today and we see what we have known throughout the years. But with all the modernization around us, all the technology, we can see in the future that, yes, the park will be there, but not as we know it and knew it, like yesteryears and even today. Yes, it's modern, but we want to preserve the history. And that's what we're trying desperately to do, is preserve what is there for future generations and not let all the technology and modernization take over, so that kids of today can look in the future at the past.
And see how their ancestors were raised and lived.
What is so neat about it is a place where you can actually touch and see and feel
Yes.
things from the past and really get all the senses involved in that learning process.
The museum and the Atkins House, among the other buildings, are such buildings that you can do that. We have so many things in the Atkins House that are just wonderful memories. We have a loom now that we have set up. It's not working yet. Our hopes are that before this year has ended, it will be working, and we can have someone sitting there working that loom. Things like that. We do butter churn. We do different things that people have forgotten.
Yeah.
We don't look back and think, okay, where did our parents go to buy this? They didn't. They made it.
Well, I think also as a grandparent, if we take our children to the park in one of the events that's planned through the year, we get the chance then to instruct this kid about what our life was like. And that brings it right home.
It brings it home.
Inside
Absolutely.
The family. Well, we're going to also put your calendar out for the folks to know about through the year.
Great.
Heritage Park.
Thank you.
When it is open. And briefly, when is it open? And the museum.
We are open mostly on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and there's someone in the park most always on Saturdays. The hours are from 10 to 2.
Okay.
If you need something and no one is there at the time you come by, the phone number is 903-885
2387.
2387.
Okay.
Takes two of us.
Yeah.
Well, when the season gets going, and I'm not talking just about the mowing season either, come back again and let's talk about Dutch Oven and other
love
great
to.
things.
We'll be
going on.
back.
Okay, and Heritage Park. Thank you both for coming in.
As you could probably tell, they're working on our roof today, and we're getting a little bit of kind of the feel for what that sounds like. That's Channel 18 TV News for today. I'm Don Julian. Thank you for watching, and so long, everybody.